I've been fascinated how institutions operate in our society, and I've run into a number of people that have condemned and been very disappointed by institutions, whether it's a government agency, a church or religion in general, or the failure of one niche in the market, and or whether maybe it was an educator or a respected coach or athlete that betrayed the ethical or community values. So I'm trying to unpack why education and religious systems in particular have not succeeded in creating lasting happiness and satisfaction. I'm Mark Roach. Call me Roach. I've spent the last 10 years alone and trying to examine what happened in my life. I've had great successes and achievements. I've also had some pretty tough encounters with losses. And there's some patterns that some people would call related to complex PTSD that extend back into childhood, my childhood. And I'm trying to share those for the benefit of anyone else that might have encountered anything similar, and provide a provocative video for people to examine themselves and learn more and go deeper. So in this research that I've been doing recently, one of my fundamental tenets, I guess you could say, is that at this stage in humanity, you would expect that we could guarantee happiness, safety, and satisfaction for the next generation. And I found, as I talked to people, that wasn't necessarily a true statement for them. It seemed like the only thing that they really felt like they could guarantee for their children was if they made a ton of money, they could set up a trust or some program to basically give them the material means to have a good life. So some of the neuroscience research that I've been doing has been talking about manifestation, what you want versus what you need, how to find happiness, and has been making some comments about some things that I discovered in the silence of my last 10 years, as well as having experience in the boardrooms, in the creation of companies and around the world, and more importantly, connecting with my fellow man and trying to understand in the constructs as to how things work in society today and in our communities and within families, and seeing the difficulties to relate to each other, but more importantly, around our ability to understand ourselves completely enough to nurture and heal from the wounds that we bring from birth forward in society. And I think I'll come back to that later. But one of the things I found was there's a focus today on external achievements. And both religion and education often emphasize external achievements and status, such as wealth or social position, as indicators of success. This focus can lead individuals to seek fulfillment from external sources rather than from within, which is not sustainable for true happiness. And then there's a lack of tools for inner fulfillment. Education systems may not equip individuals with the necessary tools to cultivate inner peace and self-awareness. Similarly, religious systems might emphasize rituals and doctrines or rules over personal spiritual growth and mindfulness, which are crucial for inner fulfillment. And thirdly, materialism and capitalism. The pervasive influence of materialism and ruthless capitalism in society can overshadow the teachings of both education and religious systems. This environment encourages the pursuit of material wealth over spiritual or emotional well-being, making it difficult for these systems to foster genuine happiness. 4, negative bias and stress. The document that I was reviewing highlighted that the human brain's tendency toward negative bias can be exacerbated by stress and pressures of modern life. Education and religious systems don't adequately address these psychological barriers, leaving individuals without the skills to manage stress and to deal with the negative thinking effectively. 5, social isolation and lack of community. Modern society's structure often leads to social isolation, which can undermine the communal and supportive aspects traditionally provided by religious and educational institutions. Without strong community ties, individuals may struggle to find the support necessary for happiness and satisfaction. These factors suggest that while education and religious systems have the potential to contribute to happiness, they may fall short due to their focus on external measures of success, lack of emphasis on inner development, and the broader societal context in which they operate. I'm Roach, Mark Roach. All the best.